Hi and welcome back. Today's practice is all about releasing and relieving the lower back. For this, you're going to need one block or something that's strong and sturdy that can support your weight that's a similar shape, like a really thick book. So grab that and your mat and let's get started. So we're going to begin in a comfortable seated position. As always, that can look like whatever you want it to. Feel free to sit in a chair, couch, on the floor, on props, get comfy. So try to have your knees lower than your hips so you can really relax into the hips and stretch and lengthen through the whole spine. Take a moment, close your eyes, and draw your awareness inside. Tune in with everything you're feeling right now. Just take a quick scan of the body, moving from your head all the way down through your toes. Notice if there's anywhere that you may be holding onto tension unnecessarily. When you reach your lower back, just pause for a moment there and send some extra love and attention to this space. Anywhere that you might be clenching, holding tension, or even sore, or feeling any discomfort, see if you can give yourself permission to relax it and release it. And without effort, without force, just let go of whatever you don't need. And once you've finished this scan, bring your awareness to your breath and find a slow, steady, deep rhythm. Breathe in and out through your nose, finding a steady beat. And strive to maintain this beat throughout your whole practice today. Slow and steady, soft and relaxed. And when you feel ready, slowly flutter open your eyes, keeping a soft gaze. And release your right fingertips behind your right hip and draw your left hand to your right knee. As you inhale, stretch and lengthen, lift up through the crown of your head. And as you exhale, slowly begin to spiral and rotate toward the right, twisting over your right shoulder. With every inhale, grow a little bit taller through your spine. And with every exhale, rotate just a little bit deeper in the back body. Take a full deep inhale here. And keep the rotation in your torso as you stretch and extend your right arm to the sky. Grow taller through the back body as you breathe in. And exhale, hinge from the hips and lean towards your left knee. Stretch your fingertips toward the edge of the mat and ground your right sit bones to the floor. Feel an elongation through the whole side body, particularly paying attention to the stretch in the lower back. Ever so slightly spiral and twist your heart open toward the sky. And you can close your eyes here. If your arm gets tired, you can hold the back of your head if you'd prefer, or you can keep the arms stretched forward. Tune into your breath. Surrender to the opening. A full deep inhale here. And as you exhale, release your right hand to your left knee. Center the torso as you round the back body and release your chin towards your chest. Allow the weight of your head to hang heavy toward the mat. Let your whole spine surrender and lean forward. Soften the space between your shoulder blades as they gently draw apart from each other. On your next inhale, slowly begin to round up through the spine. You can leave your right arm where it is and release your left fingertips behind your left hip. On an inhale, grow taller through the back body. And on an exhale, spiral and rotate toward the left, twisting over the left shoulder. With each breath in, elongate the back. And with each breath out, rotate a little bit deeper, deep inside the belly. From here, maintain the rotation in the torso and stretch your left arm up toward the sky. Inhale, grow taller through the back body. And exhale, hinge from the hips and lean toward the right knee. Stretch your fingertips away from your sit bones so you lengthen through the whole side body. Draw your ribs away from the waistline, telescoping them open. And ever so slightly spiral and rotate your heart toward the sky. Breathe into the stretch through the whole side body and pay particular attention to the lower back. You're welcome to keep the arm extended or cradle the head with your left hand. Choose the option that feels best for you right now. You can close the eyes and surrender into that opening. Take a full deep inhale. And as you exhale, release your left hand to your right knee, crossing the arms, round the back body, and release the weight of your chin toward your chest as you center your torso. Let the whole spine become heavy as it melts toward the floor. On your next inhale, slowly start to unwind the crossing of the arms. Lift and lengthen through the whole back body, stretch up to the crown of your head. take some gentle rolls of the shoulders, releasing any tension that may have built. You can turn the head from side to side, releasing the ears to one side, maybe roll the neck gently in half circles, or if you'd like to, you can do full circles, simply to release any tension that may have built. And then when you're ready, you can cross your ankles and roll forward onto all fours before slowly finding your way onto your belly. From here, just make a pillow with your hands and release either a cheek or your forehead into the pillow. Relax the weight of your body down. And choose an option for the legs. You can either have them closer toward each other, roughly hip distance apart, or if it feels nicer for you, you can walk the feet out wider, about as wide as the mat. And this may change depending on the pose that we come into, so choose the option that feels best at any point. Now on your next inhale, lift the weight of the head and chest, and catch a hold of opposite elbows. Let the elbows be forward of the body, and soften the weight down. So allow your chest to stream forward through the arms, and find length through the back of the neck to begin. You can keep holding opposite elbows. If you prefer, you can release the hands and draw the forearms parallel to each other, creating a subtle stress on the lower back as you come into a back bending position in this baby variation of Sphinx pose. Now this sort of back bend may feel like more than enough for you already, so you're more than welcome to stay as you are. If you feel like you would like to move a little bit deeper into the back bend, you can walk your hands in closer to the body, maybe working your elbows underneath the shoulders or close to that. Find a positioning that feels good, so you can apply a mild stress to the lower back as you peel open through the chest. Gently strengthening the muscles of the lower back and applying gentle stretch and release to the connective tissue. Now from here you can either choose to keep the neck long and keep the spine, the cervical spine, the neck, in line with the rest of the back body. Or if you'd prefer, you can release the weight of the head and neck forward. You can even rest your head onto a block, softening its weight down. So choose the option that you like best. You can let the head hang heavy, you can rest it onto a surface, or keep the neck long. Whatever you choose to be, allow your chest to peel open as you soften into the lower back. Allow this gentle back bend to softly awaken the tissues of the lower back, bringing some awareness and attention to this space. As you soften into this Sphinx pose, you may find that after a little bit of time, you'd like to move slightly deeper into the back bend. And you can do this by walking the elbows slightly closer toward the body, lifting up a little bit taller through the back. You can also prop yourself up onto something to come even higher into the back bend. So choose a variation that feels good in your body. And again, you're welcome to have the neck long. You can release the head down or rest it onto a block or a pillow. Take another 5 full deep breaths wherever you are. And on your next exhale, you can move any props over to the side of your mat. Slide your elbows forward and make a pillow with your hands, releasing one cheek down to the pillow. Gently wiggle into your hips to release the lower back. And then soften and relax. From here, turn your right toes to face the right side of your mat and bend into your knees, sliding it up towards your right elbow. So just decompress and release the lower back after that subtle stress of the back bend. Take a full deep breath in. And as you exhale, release the leg back out long, returning to neutral. Lift your head and turn it the opposite way. And then turn the toes of your left foot to face the edge of the mat. And bend into your knee, flexing the hip to draw your left knee towards your left elbow. Surrender and soften into the lower back. And relax the weight of the upper body down. And take a full deep inhale. And as you exhale, release your left leg back out long. Soften the hips down. And when you feel ready, slowly turn to roll over onto your back. And release your weight down into the floor and just pause for a moment. Let everything become heavy. And from here, bend into your knees and place your feet flat against the floor, about hip distance apart with your feet parallel. Relax your shoulders down the back and make sure that you have a block nearby that you can catch a hold of. And from here, press evenly into your feet and your shoulders to lift your hips up off of the floor and place your block directly underneath your sacrum. So your sacrum is this triangular shaped bone below the lower back and right above the tailbone. It should feel like a flat surface when you rest your hips on top of the block, so that you feel so secure that you can lift your legs and you're still supported by the block. So find that perfect spot and soften your weight down. You can relax your arms into any position of comfort that you like. And soften for a moment as you close your eyes. Let your weight hang heavy over the block. And find length into the back of your neck. Tune into your breath. Find its slow, steady rhythm. Now from here, bend into your right knee and draw it in towards your chest. Interlace your fingers around your shin and gently hug it in a little bit closer. Keep the weight of your hips relaxing onto the block. And you can either choose to stay here, or if it feels comfortable for you, you can start to stretch and straighten through the left leg, maybe working in increments of straightening the leg to find the point that feels best for you. You're welcome, if you'd like, to release and straighten the leg completely, relaxing your heel to the floor. This will start to create a release into the hip flexors of the left hip as you soften and release, and it will stretch all the way down to the lower back. You're more than welcome to keep this grip on the right leg, or if you want to soften even deeper, then you can release your right arm to the floor and turn your left palm to face the ceiling. Lift your right leg and place your left palm facing up underneath the right calf as you release it back down. And then you don't need to grip or hold at all, but you can completely soften. Let your props support you. Let your weight become even heavier. And allow your body, your breath, and your mind to completely surrender into this position. Take another long, deep breath. And if you've straightened the left leg, slowly begin to bend back into the knee. Place your foot against the floor. Release the right leg and relax your foot down to the floor again. Soften your left arm down and again just pause for a moment. Let the weight of your hips surrender down. If you want to change the height of the block underneath your hips, you're more than welcome to. The block can be on any height setting that feels good for your body. And then from here, when you're ready, bend into your left knee, draw it in towards your chest, and interlace your fingers around your left shin. Let the weight of your hips melt into the block. And again, either choose to stay here exactly as you are, or maybe begin to stretch and straighten your right leg, working in increments to find the most appropriate stretch for your body. If it feels good for you, you can straighten the leg completely and release your heel to the floor. And soften all of the weight down. And once again, you're more than welcome to keep this grip on the left leg, or if you'd prefer, you can release the left arm down and turn your right palm to face toward the ceiling. Lift your left leg and place your right palm face up underneath the left calf, and then release it back down. And from here you can totally release muscular control and soften into this opening. Soften your breath. Find its depth. And let this in turn soften your mind. Take another full deep breath. From here, bend into your right knee. Place your foot flat against the floor. Release your left leg down. Place your foot next to it. Soften your right arm to the floor. Pause for a moment and allow the weight of your hips to meld back down into the block. When you feel ready, press equally into your feet and your shoulders to lift your hips up off of the block and release it from underneath you. Slowly lower down one bone at a time, all the way onto your back. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Knock your knees in toward each other. Bring one hand to rest on your belly and one hand to rest on your heart. Close your eyes and feel the movement of your breath in your hands. Soften the full weight of the back body down toward the floor. Pay special attention to the lower back as it surrenders and releases down. And when you feel ready, stretch your legs forward in front of you and slide your whole body to align with the right side of your mat. So you're off center on the right side. Stretch your arms up over your head and lengthen from toe tips to fingertips. Take a long cat stretch. Soften and relax your weight down. And keep your hips where they are, but walk your feet over toward the left side of your mat. Cross your left ankle over your right so it works as an anchor to hold that leg down. And then catch a hold of your left wrist with your right fingertips. And again, keep your hips as they are, keep the legs as they are, but slide the torso and the arms toward the left side of the mat as well. So you create the shape of a banana with the whole body in this banana asana. Let the weight of the body relax down. Let everything become soft. And close your eyes. And breathe into the opening through the whole side body. Pay special attention to the release through the lower back and the waistline. Sending some extra loving care to that space. Tune in with the movements of your breath. Watching the inhales flow in and the exhales flow out. Take another 3 deep breaths. On your next inhale, slowly unwind the body and slide yourself over toward the left side of your mat. Stretch your arms overhead, lengthen from toe tips to fingertips. And then keep your hips as they are and walk your feet over toward the right side of your mat. Cross your right ankle over your left to anchor it down. And then hold on to your right wrist with your left fingertips. Again, keep your hips and legs as they are as you slide your torso and your arms toward the right, creating this shape of a banana in the body in this banana asana. And then allow your body to soften into the stretch. You can close your eyes and breathe into the release through the whole side body as you stretch from your fingertips all the way down to your toes. Bring your awareness to that stretch in the lower back and the whole side body. Paying special attention to this space, sending some extra breath to that area. Take another 3 deep breaths. And on your next inhale, slowly draw your body back to center. Take a big cat stretch from toe tips to fingertips. Lengthen through the whole body. And then let everything soften and relax. From here, bend into your knees and place your feet flat against the floor. And walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Let your knees knock in toward each other. Let your upper body soften to the floor. And pay special attention to your lower back as it relaxes down. Give yourself a hug, and you can cross either arm forward, it doesn't matter. And turn your palms to face the outer edges of the mat so your elbows point straight up to the sky. Soften into your shoulders. And surrender into this constructive rest pose. Imagine that someone is pressing in towards your knees to draw your thigh bones even further into the hip sockets. Let this weight soften your lower back. Let this constructive resting pose melt away any tension or stress that may live there. Please feel free to stay here for as long as you would like. This is where I will leave you today. So allow this pose to decompress the lower back, and feel free to take a shavasana even afterwards if you'd like. And I will see you in the next video. Namaste.